Yo, what's going on, everybody? My name is Princeton Brown. I am a music producer, audio engineer, and educator of music and music production. So today, it's a crazy time right now that we're dealing with, as a nation, as a world, having a lot of people in quarantine and everything going around with the coronvirus. First of all, stay safe, you guys. Practice washing your hands, practice just regular sanitary things, and let's not, spread this thing any further. Obviously, these are messages that you heard a billion times, but just starting off this podcast with just that. But besides that, today I'm here to talk to you guys about what does the coronavirus in this time mean for music producers, music creators, artists, anybody in music at this time. And as always, I have free gifts and free good stuff for you all the time. Recently, I've crafted together a free music production guide for you guys that goes over the 8 most common mistakes that all music creators, whether you are a artist who, just records music and makes your own music from your bedroom, music producer, whatever you are, these are the most 8 common mistakes that most music creators make before they get their song mixed. And we all know mixing is a big part in the process. So if you want to put out better recordings, better songs this year, 2020, make sure to download this free guide. I'll have it linked below, as well as on my link in bio in my Instagram. Completely free, built for y'all, so go check that out. You'll love it. So back to the topic today, thoughts on if you are a music producer, if you are a recording artist, if you work within music, what does this mean for you as a creator, having all this time, quarantine and whatnot. So like one of the first thoughts that comes to mind is that obviously we have a lot of time on our hands now. We have a lot of time. We can do a lot of things now in terms of our time. A lot of people may have work. A lot of people don't have work. A lot of people are unfortunately laid off work. But with, a slowdown in the economy and a slowdown in work in general, a lot of people have a lot of times on their hands. And this means for music producers, this could be a great opportunity for you just because there's a lot of recording artists who are taking advantage of this time and who are using this time to record, to write, to, just be alone, be thoughtful, get inspired, focus on their music. This is time otherwise that they wouldn't have had. Given this given these circumstances and this situation, hopefully these people are getting paid. If you're employed, definitely that's great for you. If you're hourly, it's definitely a little bit harder. I'm praying hopefully that everyone has been able to keep their job and, they're able to sustain in this time. But, a lot of people do have a lot of time on their hands. So a lot of recording artists, I know from talking to friends, from seeing on social media, a lot of people are spending this time to just bunker down and make music. A lot of people, when you're quarantined, you're just, for a lot of music people, they're just in their house, in their room, whatever have you. There's not much else to do, once Netflix gets old, once all these other things get old, a lot of people are going to be making music. So what does this mean? Music producers, this could be a good opportunity for music producers to be making more music, putting out more beats, There's more people who need music, or who may be in the market to get music because they're creating and they're writing. And so let's see. If you are a music producer, that is definitely going to be important for you. If you are a recording artist, I would say, here's the thing though. Even though there's a lot of time on people's hands and they're spending this to be creative, some are, a lot of people also are not looking forward to or trying to save as much money as they possibly can because there's that fear mentality right now. A lot of people are kind of unsure exactly how long this whole dilemma, this whole thing is going to go on for. No one really knows when things will, quote unquote, go back to normal, right? So a lot of people aren't in the market per se to spend a bunch of money. So what that means for music creators is if you're like a music producer and you make music or whatever, now's a great time for you to collab with a bunch of artists or collab with a bunch of producers, because everybody is, again, quarantined. They're at their home. Take advantage of this time, and also just on a personal level, like if you have so much time for yourself now, what are you going to spend it on? Are you just going to watch Netflix and just lay around, eat food? Or are you going to work on building and creating things that are productive? Are you going to work on yourself? Are you going to work on your music? Being really productive with your time. What are you going to choose to do? That choice is kind of up to you. But I can definitely tell you now is a great time to collab as much as possible with other just creatives in general, but especially music people. Like I said, man, we have all this time on our hands now, a lot of people do for the most part. So take advantage of that. That's one thing that I definitely will be looking into more so is like coming up with some type of like collab opportunity with different artists who wouldn't have had the opportunity to work with me otherwise, as a producer, making music for them, etc. So I'm going to be working on that and something to come that way soon. What are you doing with your time so that, banking on and hoping for everything to restore and such, where are you going to come out, of this whole time? Who knows how long it lasts for, but where are you going to come out? Are you going to be someone that grows in this time, or are you going to be, lazy and succumbing to just the quarantine and the laziness and just kind of sitting around, What, you really got to make that choice. But there's a lot of opportunity out here for creatives to use this time and be impactful, and also just like make music and make messages that are meaningful for this time, since everybody is talking about this issue, now is a good time to bring awareness to a lot of different subjects as an artist, a lot of different social, just any subject in general, because people are very attuned right now to just the world happenings and what is going on in the world. We're all fighting this common battle right now. So we're all kind of like, we're all attuned and just trying to figure out what is what. So now is a good time. Like, you don't necessarily have to make a coronavirus song or something like that. You could you could be way more creative and just talk about, whatever. It could be just like problems within your community that you recently have been going through even before this, and now this is just a great time to just bring about things beyond the coronavirus, just because there's a lot of people who are in tune and listening to different problems and different stories and things of this nature come out. A lot of people are going to be spending way, way more time than usual banking on that on social media, because people constantly want to get updated and checking out, how their friends are doing, how their family's doing, what is the current impact of the virus, like what is the state of just different things. Like, people want to stay connected and people want to know what the hell is going on, right? So a lot of people will be spending a lot of time on social media. So now's a good time now's a good time. Producers to create, use this time, stock up your beats, create music. Now's a great time to collab. Artist to producer, producer to artist, producer to producer, artist to artist, whatever it may be. Now's a great time to reach out to people and collab now that a lot of people have time on their hands and make something inspirational. Now's a great time to write and make some very inspirational music, something that really has a positive message. It's not just like, we're in the club popping bottles or whatever. It's something that it brings awareness to real issues, right now that wouldn't otherwise come to surface, you know what I mean? Or gain any type of traction, just because the mind state and the mindset of people outside of this time right now is more so on whatever it may be on, but maybe it's more so towards, popping them bottles as opposed to like, what's really going on in our community. Like, I need to figure out some stuff, right? So take advantage of the mindset of the people right now. Just take advantage of this time. There's going to be a lot of changes coming up, but those are my thoughts right now. This is just like a quick podcast, real quick, but I just definitely wanted to touch this subject since I got asked the question. What am I doing personally for it? I'm working on music on a daily basis, and I'm reaching out to different artists that I like and definitely want to collaborate with more on. And I'm putting together some type of plan or project or some type of idea. I'll let you guys know coming up about how you can collab with me as an artist or a producer, and we can make some music during this time, So those are just some of the stuff that I'm doing. And so I just encourage you to take advantage of your time. Take advantage of your time. Use your time wisely, always, but even now, like even more so now. So, and stay safe, stay cleansed. People, please stay cleansed. Like, just follow good practices. Not only do you save yourself from sanitizing your hands and just doing basic sanitary things, but you save other people from the virus, etc. So make sure you are just being good to yourself, and in that way you're being good to others. But yeah, this is just a quick podcast on the recent times. Really what that means for music people and kind of like creatives in general. If you got any questions, like anything regarding music production, anything regarding, audio engineering, mixing, mastering, anything regarding the whole thing of music production in general, making your music. How do I make my music better? How do I, whatever. Leave a comment and I will check out the comments. I'll reply back to the comments. I also use these comments to like make new videos and new podcasts. So drop your thoughts, man. Let me know what you've been struggling with the last week or 2 weeks or month or whatever have you. And I'll definitely shed some knowledge on that. Last thing, as always, make sure to grab my free music production guide. It's completely free and you guys are going to love it. Many people have already grabbed it and loved it. So if you're putting out music, this year or years coming, definitely something you want to check out, because these are the things that most people avoid and don't talk about before sending a track to get mixed, so if you just check out this guide and have this knowledge after reading this guide now, your music is bound to come out better because you're going to be looking at it different. and just tweaking your music different, before it gets to that mixing stage. So check out that free guide. Link below. Also link in my bio to the guide on my Instagram page. The guide is actually like the first thing that you see as a headline on my website as well. So if you visit my website, www.princetonbrownmastering.com, you'll check that out. You'll see that. Stay safe, and we'll have another one of these coming up soon. Peace.